Hi, my name is Julia Lauck. I did my financial analysis on Hornbeck Offshore Services. Their symbol is HOS. The next company I looked at was Hancock Holding Company. Their symbol is HBHC. They are also known as Whitney Bank in Louisiana. The last company I looked at was Ford Motor Company, and their symbol is F. I compared these companies to decide which one I would lend a $1 million 6-month loan to. The next question was, what company would I lend a $1 million 5-year loan to? And the last question, what company would I buy stock in? With the first question, what company would I lend a $1 million 6-month loan to? With this, you would need to look at your short-term debt and how the companies can handle that. So I looked at the liquidity ratios, which you want to have high. Hornbeck had the highest ratios out of Hornbeck, Ford, and Hancock. So I chose Hornbeck Offshore Services. The first ratio of the liquidity ratios, I looked at current ratio, which is current assets over current liabilities. Average of 4 years, Hornbeck had 4.13, which was the highest out of my 3 companies. Hancock was 1.14, and Ford was 0.70. The next ratio of the liquidity ratios was quick ratio, which is your current assets minus inventory over current liabilities. You want to have it high, and Hornbeck had the highest, was 3.78 from the average of 4 years. Hancock had 1.14, and Ford was 0.56. The next ratio I looked at was the cash ratio, and it's your cash over current liabilities. And over the 4 years, Hornbeck had the highest, was 2.82. Hancock had 0.02, and Ford was 0.47. The next question, what company would I lend a $1 million 5-year loan to? That would be Hancock Holding Company. For this, I had to look at the long-term debt and how each company could handle that. The first ratio I looked at was times interest earned, which is a ratio you want to have high, which is your earnings before interest over interest. Hornbeck had 3.7, Hancock had 4.56, and Ford was 6.29. Hancock was in the middle with 4.56. The next ratio I looked at was total debt ratio. This ratio you want to have it low, and it is your total liabilities over total assets. Hancock had 37.94. Hornbeck had 37.94. Hancock had 6.64, and Ford had 56.52. And Hancock did have the lowest. My next ratio I looked at was equity multiplier, which is a ratio you want to have low. This is your assets over equity. Hornbeck had 2.14 at the average of 4 years. Hancock had 8.27, and Ford was 9.45. Hancock was in the middle of this one again as well, but it was the best out of the 3 companies. The next question, what company would I buy stock in? For this, I chose Ford Motor Company. After looking at the analysis of all the companies, which is Hornbeck right here, Hancock, and Ford, Ford had the best out of the ratios. The first ratio I looked at was the total asset turnover, which is a ratio you want to have high, and they had a high one of 0.71, which is this right here. And the next ratio was profit margin. You want to have it high, and it was actually a little low of 3.73, which is the line in green. The next one is PE, which you want to have low, and they were the lowest of the 3 companies, which is the line in purple, and they had 9.02. The next ratio I looked at was ROE, and that ratio you want to have high, and they were the highest, which is up there in 25.85. The next ratio I looked at was ROA. You also want to have that high, and they were almost tied with Hornbeck. Hancock had 2.66, and Hornbeck had 2.76. So Ford was just a little lower than Hornbeck. After looking at the analysis, I decided that Ford could handle asset efficiency and profitability the best out of Hancock, Hornbeck, and Ford. So I would want to buy stock in Ford. Thank you.